What's something that's super important to you guys in the bedroom?
It's really important for men in the bedroom to be confident, a little dominant, and I love me some dirty talk. I need a man who's comfortable with being vocal or is open to me teaching him how to be a little vocal.
I'm like, tease me the whole night, like tease me at dinner, be saying flirty stuff the whole time. I need to be like mentally teased before physically. So that's why dirty talk I need.
I think foreplay is very important. Yes. Please make that pussy wet.
Thank you.
Before you try to shove something in there.
Take your time. The longer, the better. It's an experience. It doesn't have to be a right to it. Sometimes it's aggressive and it's fun and you want to just rip each other's clothes off. But other times it's nice to just like slow down, take a breath, do a bunch of foreplay, get into it. If you do this, we will not steer you wrong. Your girl will thank you. She gonna be splashing like this book.
Have you girls ever dated a guy that you weren't initially attracted to?
Every single one of them, actually. Every single one of my exes, I didn't look at and be like, oh my God, he's so fine. I kind of looked at him, I was like,
Pretty much all of mine now that I think about it, yeah.
I've never really been into dating super attractive men. One of my ex-boyfriends I wasn't attracted to at all, but you know, his personality, his dominance just did it for me.
Something about like, if you're like really masculine or like if you're really funny or just like love your woman really well, you fall in love with their personality and who they are and how they treat you or like their values and anything about them. And next thing you know, you are so obsessed. Like they become so hot. Like my exes, like once I fell in love with their inside of them, like their hearts, I thought they were the sexiest person to walk the earth. And I would like, couldn't keep my hands off them. Rip their clothes off, everything. I'm like, you're so hot. And then you show them to your friends and I'm like,
this is the guy you've been talking about? I thought he was like
amazing.
And that's the whole thing is like women actually get attracted to your insides. And so that's why on like dating profiles or on your social media, show your personality. You will get way more girls replying to you.
It's true.
What's one thing that if your ex did this in your relationship that you would still be with him?
Be honest. If he didn't lie so much, we would have been together. Honesty is so important. It's how you build trust. It's how you like determine. Honestly, it's the biggest factor for me where that's where I can determine if I'm going to have a life with someone or not. Is if you know you can be honest with your feelings, with what your actions, everything. Honesty is key, and yeah, I'd still be with my ex if he was honest.
Even when people lie about dumb things, you're like, well, then what are you lying about besides if this little thing? That's why I always love, like, I am very honest about how I feel or how I'm gonna be in a relationship because I don't want it to be a surprise for them later.
It's so important, and it's just like if you see a lot of little white lies, and it's like, okay, well, it's not a big deal, or it's like, well, okay, well, you're still like in that zone of thinking that that's okay, and then, you know, it just escalates from there because people get comfortable in that space of just like bending the truth.
Some guys, they only just like photos, and I was like, that makes you look not confident. Like, say hello.
Exactly, yeah.
Slide in the DMs.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like a DM war almost, because this actually just happened to me. This guy that's like very attractive that I'd definitely be into like going out with, he went on my photos and he spam liked a ton of them. Which you do that to get someone's attention, but then I went to the messages and he didn't say anything. And I'm like, so you expect me to slide in your DMs? Yeah, it's like, I didn't like that. So now I was just like, I'm not gonna, you know? And so now it's like if he had just said literally hi, it would have led to a date. Like, okay. But that initiative wasn't taken and he wanted to like skirt around it, play games and feel a little chased, which is fine, but it's not gonna work over here.
Check your DMs. How do you like see if it's someone you would actually go on a date with? Like, how do you stalk their profile?
If I'm looking at a guy that just slid in my DMs, the first thing I'm gonna look at, I read the captions to see if they're funny or like witty or if they're vain. You know, you can tell if a guy's like kind of full of himself if every photo is like a selfie like this and it's like fire emojis as a caption. You're like, all right, relax, boy, relax. There's only one baddie in the relationship and that's me. Okay.
I always look at people's stories, their highlights, because I like to see them talking because I can tell a lot about a guy by how he speaks. Because there's guys that I've dated that weren't as attractive, but because they were so funny and they had charm, I was like so attracted to them. So definitely I know I need to like hear them speak.
Style too, like are they posting pictures with friends? Are they out at events? Like are they golfing? Do they like things that I like, you know? It's a highlight reel of the man's life. hopefully he's posting enough that you can pull enough information. Like, all right, this is someone like I can maybe vibe with. Later into like the messaging, I will go and I will see his following list.
Yeah.
And I will check our mutuals, one, to see if he has known any of my friends. Yeah. Also, if you go down his list of his following, and it is just Insta-baddie, 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 red flag. And then I'm like, you probably sent this message to all these girls, so that's something to consider as well.